Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you had a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Cheers, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Beautiful day today so far. Haven't been outside yet, but from what I can see, it looks beautiful. But I had a wonderful, beautiful day yesterday in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, about an hour east of here. It's a beautiful city. Beautiful, beautiful city. It's a college university town, so lots of wonderful, beautiful people walking around. Much different than my town. My town has nothing. It's about 135,000 people compared to us, which are, I don't know, 50, 60. I was at Coburg last week, another beautiful downtown. Our downtown just sucks, I'm sorry, but it's a shame. It's a shame. Just go from two beautiful cities, and then I look at our downtown. Anyway, that's a whole different story. Wonderful lunch, outdoor cafes. Again, just a great, and it was hot. It wasn't hot. It was beautiful. Visited 3 different shops, and I want to share with you what I picked up. Before I do that, I'm going to kind of make a promise to you guys. I'm going to try and make this my last vinyl purchases of the year. I have to slow down. I just went nuts over my holidays. Plus, I'm going down to 32 hours a week at work, so the funds aren't going to be necessarily there. And I've got so much music to listen to, even just to catch up from what I picked up in the last week or two. I just don't have the time, and I don't want to spend any more money. So, unless I trade something in and get credit for that, what I'm going to show you probably would be my last purchases of the year, even though we're still just in September. But anyway, if I don't, it's a hard thing to do, really, but I'm going to try. Anyway, I visited 3 different shops, and I'm going to share with you what I picked up. The first shop was Brian's Records. I've been there, this is my 3rd visit, I think. It's an experience. It's definitely an experience. Full from top to bottom. You don't know where to begin. And you don't really know where to stand because there's crates all over the floor with albums and t-shirts, and he's got everything you think listed in alphabetical order, but then all of a sudden you run into, near the X's, there's a whole thing of Pink Floyd there. And when he runs out of room, he just kind of piles things on top of normally where you would flip through. He just doesn't have the room. And I didn't even get to the CDs. I wasn't really interested in looking at CDs, but he's got CDs at the back as well. Step stools and ladders so you can reach the top shelves. The thing is, though, even though nothing's really in order, he knows exactly where things are or should be. Because I asked him about Deep Purple's Banana album. I'm trying to find that one. Even if it was an old beat-up copy, I would have picked it up. But he said, well, there's my Deep Purple stuff. Wasn't even in the mixture. It was in a whole separate stuff. But it wasn't there, unfortunately. But anyway. Super, super nice guy. He's just... wow. Anyway, what I picked up, some things were overpriced for what he was asking, and he had a bunch of new stuff there, again overpriced, but these were reasonable. So I found Smith Minus Plus. Cover is kind of worn, but the vinyl itself, it's on the Dunhill label. Great band. I haven't listened to a lot of this stuff, just on Spotify, just when I was shopping. That's what I usually do. But these guys are 1970 release, LA psychedelic rock and blues rock band, formed in '69, featuring Gail McCormick on lead vocals. What a amazing, there's a better photo over there. What an amazing vocalist. This is a rockin' album. And I love the cover. I just love the cover on it. Yeah, happy to find this one. I don't think they put out a lot of albums. They only released 2, and this is their second. Yeah, so the Smith, not the Smiths, but the Smith. And Gail McCormick going on to form her own band as a solo artist. But yeah, cool stuff. I found a Randy Bachman solo album. Randy Bachman, of course, from Bachman Turner Overdrive. This is, I think, a remastered version of it. But there it is there. Almost like a K-Tel version, but it's on the RCA label. Based off his album Axe, 1970 release. Completely instrumental album, but it highlights just how good he is as a guitarist. Yeah, amazing stuff. This was his first solo album, and yeah, and it's in great shape, really good shape. I was surprised to see it, happy to find it. Again, if you look hard enough at Brian's, and you just can't go in there and pick something up, you got to spend some time in there. You can find some gems. This was a sealed copy. I opened it, but this was a sealed copy of the Grateful Dead Anthem of the Sun. Okay, still have the hype sticker on it. Okay, this live studio hybrid that introduced the sound of the Grateful Dead live. Psychedelic Dead, its earliest and finest, the 50th anniversary remaster on 180 gram vinyl. It's on the Warner Brothers label, I believe. Anyway, beautiful shape. Decent price as well for that. Maybe it's not Warner Brothers. I'm not sure what label it is. Yeah, Warner Records. It's Warner Records, sorry. It is their second album by the Grateful Dead. So happy to find that. Always cool to find a Grateful Dead album. Really nice. I mean, it was sealed, but the seal was kind of ripped and torn. Just being in. And when I open up, and as you're digging through, and you open up and look at the vinyl, all of a sudden you get a fingerprint on the vinyl because it's so dusty in there. It's just, finally, from Brian's, this is a cool album. Quicksilver Messenger Service, and Shady Grove. When you open it up, there's the rest of the queue. They just called Quicksilver at that time. It's on the Green Capital label. Great shape. Again, I've yet to clean the albums of these. It's a gatefold. These guys are so good. 1969 release. Psychedelic Rock and Acid Rock, their third studio album. Cover's in decent shape. No ring wear. But beautiful cover. I love the artwork on that one. But really good stuff. Really good stuff. So from there, walked around, grabbed some lunch, and found a store called Something Else Records off of Princess Street. So I can't remember the exact street, but it's just off of Princess Street. And I found 3 albums there. Completely different experience. Everything's neat. Everything's tidy. All the vinyls in sealed covers. Some sealed like this with a nice different sleeve. Does it tell you? No, it doesn't tell you where. But there's Something Else music there. So, and the shop owner was nice music playing, nice nice clean store. Quite a contrast between. Brian's is a staples of Kingston, but this was a nice experience. This is on the Dunhill, ABC Dunhill label. That's the James Gang and Passing Through. Sorry. This has Dominic Troiano in here. This would be his last album with the James Gang. He would go on to become part of the Guess Who. So this is 1972 released their 5th studio album. When Dominic Troiano left, Tommy Bolan took over. What I've heard so far, and again, I've yet to listen to everything on here, or any of these albums. He's an amazing guitarist. He really is. Really is. You got Jim Fox on drums, backing vocals. Dominic, of course. Ray Kenner on lead and backing vocals. And Dale Peters on bass. Yeah, there's the bands there. So cool to find some James Gang. Found a cool copy of Faithful by Todd Rundgren. The first half of the album is covers. It's on the Bearsville label. First half again is covers. The second half is all written by Todd Rundgren. 1976 release. Some of the covers he does. Does this say? No, it's not. What do you got on here? That's side 2. Side 1. You get Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. Rain by Lennon McCartney. Great version of Rain. Cover of Most Likely You Go Your Way and I'll Go Mine by Bob Dylan. If 6 Was 9 by Jimi Hendrix. Strawberry Fields Forever by the Beatles again. Great covers by Mr. Rundgren. So happy to find this one. And it's in beautiful shape. Kind of embossed lettering up there too, which is cool. Yeah, so that's the 7th album by Todd Rundgren, 1976 release. Speaking of the Guess Who, I did find Power in the Music. Kind of a cheesy cover, but it lifts up like such for the inner sleeve. There's a better picture of the Guess Who. Dominic Troiano on guitar. Burton, of course. Gary Peterson on drums. This would be the last album that features Burton Cummings, as he would go on to form a solo career. But always happy to find the Guess Who. This is 1975 release, their 14th studio album. So yeah, Dominic came from the James Gang. Burton went on to form a solo career. Of course, originally with the Guess Who was Randy Bachman. Cool stuff. So from there, I went to Zap Records. Now there's a store in Coburg. The owner is Tim. Awesome store. Tim's friendly, knows his stuff, talks to you all the time. And I went into this Zap and didn't have quite the same experience. The owner, or the guy that was behind the counter, didn't say a word. Even when you go to hand, no, just put these albums. I couldn't even hand him the records when I bought them. Put them down on the counter, and I'll pick them up. Really weird guy. No sense of humor, no conversation, nothing. All he did was clean records the whole time I was there. The shop itself was great, but it's when you come in, and especially working in the people industry, conversation's a big part of it. Anyway, I'm going on about this. Happy to find this one. Happy to find this one. This is Last Time Around by Buffalo Springfield. This, unfortunately, would be their last studio album. And I didn't realize that these guys only put out 3 albums. That's on the Atco label. I didn't know that. They only put out 3 albums. A great combination of Canadian American members. Of course, Neil Young, being from Canada, and a couple other members in there. Yeah, great stuff. This is a Canadian pressing. Yeah, really good. Stephen Stills, of course, but 1968 release. Awesome stuff. And again, I didn't realize that they only put out 3 albums. It's in great shape. It was a decent price as well, so I couldn't pass it up. Also found Mr. Ian Hunter, self-titled debut album. Got the big hit Once Bitten, Twice Shy with Mick Ronson. It's on the Capitol label, or Columbia label, sorry. His first solo album, 1975 release. But anytime I see any Ian Hunter stuff, I always pick it up. And finally, I've got to give this one a listen. I've just briefly listened to it, but I had to pick it up right away. Because A, it's in beautiful shape, and B, it's by Roger Glover, the bassist from Deep Purple, my favorite band. This is Roger Glover and Guest, The Butterfly Ball and the Grasshopper's Feast. Beautiful cover. Based on a children's stories. It is on the UK Records label, which I've never seen in my collection anyway. But it's got some pretty unique guest stars on here. You not only have Roger Glover, you've got David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes from Deep Purple on here. Ronnie James Dio, or Ronnie Dio, they're called, from Blackmore's Rainbow. And Eddie Harden and Ray Fenwick, formerly of the Spencer Davis Group. So some cool artists on there. There's the artist there. But yeah, got to give this one a spin for sure. But there you have it, guys. Again, my promise, this will be my last vinyl buys of the year. We'll see, but it should be. But because I've got to clean these, I've got to listen to them. I've already cataloged them, cleaned the covers, but I haven't cleaned the vinyl itself. But I've got so much to listen to. But anyway, thank you so much. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Love you all. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.